There is a trembling inside you that wants to run before it knows where it's going. A spark that leaps without ground, lightning without a storm. This is the shadow of agitation, that restless current that won't let you settle, even when there's nothing left to do but breathe. You know the feeling, the sense that something is coming, that something must change now. And if it doesn't, something inside you might burst. Agitation is the echo of fear that cannot name its source. It is the body's attempt to wake the soul before the soul is ready to open its eyes. You pace, you plan, you push. You make noise to drown out the silence that terrifies you most. The silence that asks you to surrender. This frequency often disguises itself as passion or urgency. It says, if I stop moving, I'll lose my edge. But what you truly lose is connection to yourself, to life, to the pulse that beats underneath the noise. Agitation is a misunderstanding between your human and your divine. It is the child who mistakes stillness for death. In this shadow, the heart tightens, the mind races, and you begin to chase purpose instead of embodying it. You search for meaning through motion, through conquest, through trying to prove that you're brave enough to leap into the unknown. But the leap born through agitation is not courage. It's fear wearing the mask of valor. And it's okay to feel this. It's okay that the thunder inside you doesn't yet know how to roll gently. Every warrior of light has stood trembling before the storm of awakening. The agitation is your initiation. It shakes the walls of your small self, the one that still believes it can control the rhythm of the divine. And you do not need to silence this energy. You only need to meet it. To place your awareness within the tremor instead of fighting against it. When you breathe into the agitation, it reveals its hidden wisdom, that it has always been trying to open you. To force you into the truth that you cannot prepare for awakening. No. You can only allow it. The same energy that once made you feel restless becomes the fuel for your forward movement. The gift of initiative is not about recklessness. It is the sacred art of acting in alignment with the whisper that rises from your still center. And when you live from this gift, you move without hesitation, but not from panic. You move because your soul says, now. Not to prove yourself, not to control outcomes, but to follow the call that pulses from the unseen. Initiative is a divine response. It is the lightning that strikes after the storm has cleared. Pure, direct, electric. You do not wait for permission. You are permission embodied. Your courage no longer feeds on danger. It flows from trust. In this frequency, you become a conductor for creative chaos. You become willing to be first, not for the sake of pride, but because something in you knows that life is asking for a new expression, and you are the one who must bring it forth. The world changes when someone dares to move before certainty appears. And dear one, that someone is you. This gift teaches you that action is not the opposite of surrender. True initiative is born of surrender. It is the moment that follows deep listening. It is saying yes to the current that's already flowing, instead of fighting against it. Every impulse that once made you impatient now becomes guidance. You learn to differentiate between egoic reaction and intuitive action, between moving from fear and moving from flow. And when you feel that familiar surge, that tremor of energy rising through your chest, pause for one breath and ask yourself, am I running from silence, or am I responding to it? That single moment of awareness transforms agitation into initiative. And this gift is also the birthplace of leadership. It's not about being above others, but standing so deeply in your own alignment that others remember how to trust theirs. You model what it means to leap with faith, not force. And in doing so, you awaken that same spark in those around you. You are not meant to be still forever. No. You are meant to move in rhythm with the divine pulse. Sometimes still, sometimes thunder. Initiative is how spirit learns to dance through you. And then there comes a point when the lightning no longer strikes outward. It strikes within. And in that moment, everything changes. Awakening isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's not an explosion, but an implosion. The collapse of every illusion that told you you were separate from life itself. The agitation dissolves. The initiative softens. And what remains is the awareness that you are the storm and the stillness simultaneously. You are what moves, and you are also what never moves. In awakening, there is no more need to initiate. Action and stillness merge. Every breath becomes sacred. Every movement, effortless. You live in a state of spontaneous alignment, where choices arise before thought and are already in harmony with the whole. The heart opens wide enough to hold thunder. You realize that what you once called chaos was simply life moving too fast for your old identity to keep up with. You stop trying to keep up. You let go. And you discover that life has been carrying you all along. This awakening is not something you can earn, reach, or perform. It is the natural unfolding of your willingness to meet every tremor, every impulse, every crash of lightning without turning away. It is what remains when you have stopped fighting the divine current. In this frequency, there is no agitation because there is no resistance. There is no need for initiative because you are already one with the movement. You don't need to awaken, dear one. You simply remember that you never slept. And so, the thunder becomes your lullaby. The chaos becomes your teacher. The lightning becomes your mirror. And life, all of life, once terrifying in its unpredictability, now hums the same truth through your veins, through your being. You are alive. You are awake. And you are free. This journey is the alchemy of thunder, transforming the storm inside you into the sound of awakening. Dear one, you were never meant to silence your agitation. You were meant to listen to it until it revealed the doorway hidden within its noise. And when the next surge comes, when your chest tightens and your mind races, remember, this is not punishment. This is potential announcing itself. You are being called to act, but not from panic, from presence. Let your initiative arise not as escape, but as devotion. Act from the quiet place that knows, even when you don't understand. The more you listen, the more you realize agitation was always just unanchored energy, begging for expression. The moment you give it direction through conscious action, it becomes sacred fire. You begin to trust the timing of your life. You no longer need to be first, but when life asks you to move, you do, without hesitation, without fear. Because now you know that initiative is not about control, but about communion. Every decision becomes prayer in motion. And when the storm rises again, as it always will, you no longer resist it. You step into it. You let it wash away what no longer fits. You let it remind you that courage is not about being unafraid. It is about being undefended. You are the lightning and the calm, dear one, the sound and the silence, the restless child and the awakened soul. And all of them belong. So breathe. Let the tremor move through you. Let the divine electricity find its path. And remember, you are not here to escape the thunder. You are here to remember that it has always been your heartbeat. I love you.